This is Peter Broelman, the brilliant Australian cartoonist who's been a part of our website for a long time. Our regular readers should know Peter's work very well. Peter, tell us who you draw for and talk to our readers.
G'day, I'm Peter. I'm in 20 newspapers around the country. They're all regional, so my readership tends to be country living folk as opposed to the large cities. Probably a combined readership of, say, 600,000 people, I believe. So yeah, it's a bit of fun. Each day I do a cartoon, 7 days a week, and email that off. And
now the readers on our site only see the cartoons that you do about world issues. Once in a while, not a whole lot.
Yeah. Australian politics is quite full on. There's always issues relating to Australian politicians and what they do and what they don't do, and so world news tends to take a backward step when it comes to media coverage in Australia. We do have a lot of coverage on stories from England, Europe to a degree, the US, Hollywood, all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, we all know who Justin Bieber is, which is a tragedy. Yeah, it's a bit of fun.
Your Tiger Woods cartoons were quite popular.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun. Everyone loves Tiger Woods for what he does on the green. We didn't know what he did off the green until he went to Melbourne and was promptly caught out, which I thought was hilarious. So obviously his chickens had come home to roost, and I think in Australia we have this thing called the tall poppy syndrome, which means it's every Australian's duty to cut down the tall poppies, those who achieve and make a name for themselves, and bring them down a level or two.
I have noticed that there's a level of nastiness in Australian cartoons that well exceeds what we see in American cartoons.
Yes, because it's fun and we get away with it. It's been a long time since any politician or public figure has sued a cartoonist, and those who have tried failed miserably, and it cost them a lot of money. So cartoonists under Australian law can use humour as a defence against what's the word I'm looking for? Nasty cartoons. So
why do you think in general they're nasty more than Americans? Do you think Americans are just a little more prudish, a little more standoffish?
I think so. Americans tend to be a little bit more reactionary. Australians can be quite lackadaisical. That's a word. Casual about things. And
well, I see a lot more scatological humor, a lot more character assassination, where from the American cartoonists you see this right and left debate, and yeah, there's a different kind of a nastiness there. Yes,
it's called the lower common denominator, and I think that's just a means to appeal to as many readers as possible. There is no left versus right debate in Australia. Australian politics is basically merged. 20-30 years ago there was a left and a right, but now both major political parties are basically the same, albeit history or some policy differences.
So you don't have conservative and liberal cartoonists that are consistently on different sides of a debate?
No. Cartoonists tend to be lefties, be it socialist, if you want.
Well, Rupert Murdoch I think of as being quite conservative.
Yeah, he is, but
don't you have conservative papers there?
We can, but I don't think the Australian reader takes any notice of that sort of stuff. Yeah, cartoonists tend to draw whatever they like, and quite often it's to make fun of the government, regardless of its persuasion, and again of the opposition.
So is that what you would see as the big difference between Australian and American cartoonists? The existence of the right in American cartooning?
Pretty much. Australian cartoonists tend not to take sides. We try and even things up over a week. Don't care much for the ramifications. Don't care if a politician's annoyed. Basically, a lot of cartoonists see their role as just putting the boot in, tall poppy syndrome, having a go and having a laugh. It's good.
It sounds like it's a great place to cartoon.
It is a good place. We need more newspapers. That's the only problem. There's a lot of cartoonists in Australia who I wouldn't say that they're fence sitters. They can be scathing on all sides of politics. Some are better than others, but generally, there's no.
Well, I think of Australia as one of the great cartooning countries in the world because there's just so many really great people drawing there.
Long history of cartooning. The Cartoonist Association started in 1924, so it's the world's oldest. And there's been a long history of artists and comic strip artists and cartoonists who have gone off onto London to work for the English press.
I suppose we should mention you were twice president of the Australian Cartoonist Association.
2 terms, and that was fun. So
and you won the Cartoonist of the Year twice?
Twice, yes. And editorial cartoonist twice as well. So things happen in pairs. Very strange.
So you kick Aussie cartooning butt.
I just have fun. It's good. Can't complain.
Very good. Anything else to say to your many American fans who never see your work about Australian cartoons because you don't send those to us?
There's more to Australia than Shrimps on the Barbie, Nicole Kidman, Keith Urban, Mel Gibson.
Those are just the tall poppies.
Yeah, well, they're the tall poppies, but they've also actually left the country, so which might be a good thing. So
yeah, we have Pat Oliphant.
Well, that's a good thing. I like Pat. If you ever see an Australian cartoon, have a look, have a laugh.
Thank you much, Peter.
Thank you.